Hi everyone, Namaste. Welcome to Hindi Samvad. Hope you're doing well. Today it's going to be a different video. In this video, I'm going to be guiding you through some romantic, very beautiful lines from the movie Kal Ho Na Ho. If you enjoy watching Bollywood movies, and if you are particularly a Shah Rukh Khan fanatic, if you're mesmerized by his acting abilities, and most importantly, if you're interested in learning Hindi through Bollywood movies and songs, you are going to enjoy this video a lot. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through some romantic lines, some romantic phrases and expressions that you can use, that you can speak with your partner, with your Indian or Hindi speaking partner. I'll be playing the movie clip twice, once without the lines and the second time with the lines for you to read and follow along. And then I'll be providing you some notes on the sentence structure and the vocabulary. So get ready with your notes. Let's begin.
नैना, काश मैं तुम्हें बता सकता मैं तुम्हें कितना चाहता हूँ. 1 second. Wait. I love you. I love you very very much, नैना. नैना, काश मैं तुम्हें बता सकता मैं तुम्हें कितना चाहता हूँ. 1 second. Wait. I love you. I love you very very much, नैना.
काश मैं तुम्हें बता सकता मैं तुम्हें कितना चाहता हूँ. Now here we'll be looking at two different clauses. We can break the sentence into two clauses. The first clause being काश मैं तुम्हें बता सकता and the second clause being मैं तुम्हें कितना चाहता हूँ. You can convey the same thing with or without the conjunction ki. So here very clearly the conjunction ki is omitted. But if you like, you can insert ki after sakta and say काश मैं तुम्हें बता सकता कि that मैं तुम्हें कितना चाहता हूँ. Now kash here is an exclamatory word which means I wish. And the object of the sentence here is you. I am the subject, मैं is the subject and tum is the object. And an animate object of the sentence is always followed by the postposition or the preposition ko. So tumko. Here tumhe is the shortened form of tumko. If you want to use aap pronoun, then it will be aapko. Sakta here means can or could, and this comes from the verb sakna, which means can. Batana means to tell. Kash मैं तुम्हें बता सकता, I wish I could tell you, or I wish I can tell you, कि that मैं तुम्हें कितना चाहता हूँ. Now this is the same construction that we saw in the previous video. That means how much I want you, how much I love you, how much I desire you. The word kitna means how much or how many. मैं तुम्हें कितना चाहता हूँ, how much I want you.
और लिखा है. और लिखा है.
This is a sentence in past tense. So he flips the page of the diary and what he means to say is and it's written, or is and likha is the past form of likhna, to write, and it's written.
मैं आंखें बंद करता हूँ तो तुम्हें देखता. मैं आंखें बंद करता हूँ तो तुम्हें देखता.
Aankhein means eyes. It's a plural form, the singular form of which is aankh. Aankh, aankhein. Band karna. You already know what band karna is. In this case, it means closing eyes. Band karna is to close. So band karta हूँ, मैं आंखें बंद करता हूँ तो. Here to is a conjunction which means then. मैं आंखें बंद करता हूँ, then तुम्हें देखता हूँ. Once again, तुम्हें is the object of the sentence. You are the object of the sentence. So तुम्हें और तुमको means the same thing. तुम्हें is the shortened form. तुम्हें देखता हूँ. देखना means to see. तुम्हें देखता हूँ. When I close my eyes, then I see you. Here the word for when is omitted. If you like, you can still insert the word jab for when and complete the sentence. जब मैं आंखें बंद करता हूँ तो तुम्हें देखता हूँ. Or even without it, मैं आंखें बंद करता हूँ तो तुम्हें देखता हूँ. Either way is fine.
आंखें खोलता हूँ तो तुम्हें देखना चाहता. आंखें खोलता हूँ तो तुम्हें देखना चाहता.
खोलना is the opposite of बंद करना. So खोलना means to open. आंखें खोलता हूँ. When I open my eyes, तो then तुम्हें देखना चाहता हूँ. With the verb चाहना, if you are going to pair it with another verb, then the other verb will remain in the infinitive form. Like here, देखना, And then चाहना will be conjugated. देखना चाहता हूँ. When I open my eyes, I want to see you.
तुम पास नहीं होती तो तुम्हें चारों तरफ महसूस करता हूँ. तुम पास नहीं होती तो तुम्हें चारों तरफ महसूस करता हूँ.
तुम पास नहीं होती तो तुम्हें चारों तरफ महसूस करता हूँ. Pass means near, the opposite of which is दूर. Pass, दूर, दूर, pass. Hoti comes from the verb hona, which means to be, to happen, or to exist. And this sentence is in simple present tense. So what he means to say is that when you're not there with me, or when you're not near, tum paas nahi hoti. We can even follow hoti by the helping verb ho. Tum paas nahi hoti ho, because with tum we use ho, right? Tum paas nahi hoti ho, or tum paas nahi hoti. When you're not there, तो then तुम्हें चारों तरफ महसूस करता हूँ. चार is the number 4 and चारों तरफ means side or direction. So चारों तरफ together means all 4 directions, in all 4 sides. महसूस means feel and the verb is महसूस करना. The verb karna is used with a lot of verbs and acts as a conjunct verb most of the times, as a combined verb. So, महसूस करना here is to feel. This line means that when you're not there with me, around me, or near me, then तुम्हें चारों तरफ महसूस करता हूँ. I feel you, or I feel your presence everywhere in all 4 directions.
हर पल, हर घड़ी, हर वक्त, हर पल, हर घड़ी, हर वक्त.
The word har means every. For example, har roz. The same word which we came across in one of my previous videos where we translated Tu Aata Hai Seene Mein song. So har roz or har din. Roz and din are synonymous. Roz means day. Din also means day. Har roz, har din, every day. Here the words pal, ghadi and waqt are synonyms. Pal means moment. Ghadi also means moment and waqt means time. So here the word waqt is acting as a synonym for pal and ghadi. Ghadi also means clock, but here it means moment. Har pal, har ghadi, he is just repeating here so as to create more impact. Har waqt, to mean all the time, every moment, all the time.
मेरे नैना मेरी नैना को ढूंढते. मेरे नैना मेरी नैना को ढूंढते.
मेरे नैना मेरी नैना को ढूंढते हैं. मेरे नैना मेरी नैना. Why are the words not the same? Why are they so different? Well, nana means eyes. It's a synonym of aankhein. And nana is a masculine word. It's a plural masculine word, which means you're supposed to use the plural masculine form with nana. You can't say mera nana. Mera is a singular masculine form. When a sound changes to a sound, then it's plural masculine. So mere naina is only right to say. Meri naina. Now the actress in question here is called Naina in this movie. Her name is Naina. The words mera, meri and mere, these are possessive adjectives which depend upon the gender as well as the number of the noun. Naina is female. That's why we'll say meri naina. I can't say mera naina or mere naina. I'm talking about a girl. Meri naina ko. It will be followed by the preposition or the postposition ko because she's the object of the sentence. ढूंढते हैं. ढूंढना means to search, to find. This line means my eyes search my naina. You can even replace the word naina with aankhein here, but remember to choose the right pronoun. You can't say mere aankhein. Naina is masculine word. Aankhein is feminine word. Naina is plural masculine. Aankhein is plural feminine. So, मेरी आँखें मेरी नैना को ढूंढते हैं और मेरे नैना मेरी नैना को ढूंढते हैं. If you have any doubts, ask me in the comment section and do hit the like button if you're enjoying learning. I'll feel appreciated.
इसे प्यार कहो पागलपन या मेरे दिल की धड़कन. इसे प्यार कहो पागलपन या मेरे दिल की धड़कन.
Just like how तुम्हें is the shortened form of तुमको, इसे is the shortened form of इसको. You can also say इसको प्यार कहो. You call it love. You name it love. Pyar is love, and kaho comes from the verb kehna, which means to say or call in this case. You call this love. So he's talking about his emotions, his feelings for the girl, which is the object of the sentence. That's why isko, ise pyar kaho, pagalpan. Pagal means mad, crazy, and pagalpan means craze. Ya mere dil ki dhadkan. Ya is the conjunction or here, or the English word or. Mere dil ki dhadkan. My heart beats. Dil is heart and dhadkan is heartbeats. Dhadkan is a feminine word, that's why it's preceded by the preposition ki dhadkan. The singular as well as the plural feminine form is the same. It remains ki in both the cases. Mere dil ki dhadkan means, if you read it backwards, it will make sense. Beats of my heart. Mere dil. Dil is heart, which is singular masculine. So why is it not mera dil? It should be mera dil ki dhadkan. Well, the noun dil is followed by ki here, and whenever in any sentence you have a postposition, then the possessive adjective takes the oblique form. Oblique form means it changes from a ending to a ending. Mera dil changes to mere dil because it's followed by ki. So you can't say mera dil ki dhadkan. There is a postposition ki. You have to say mere dil ki dhadkan. Remember, a changes to a. Mere doesn't mean that he's talking about something in plural. He's still talking about a heart. It's just that mera takes the oblique form mere if there's a postposition in the sentence. One more note here, the word pagal means crazy or mad, which can also be used as an insult for somebody. It's not at all complimentary. However, we can use the same word pagal informally among friends, where it won't be derogatory at all. Ke liye is a compound preposition, which means for, and when you join it with main, it changes to mere. Not मैं के लिए, मेरे लिए means for me. एक ही बात है, एक is number one, and he here, it's a particle of emphasis. It's used to emphasize here the word ek means one only or just one. बात है, बात is, it refers to thing here. That means for me it's one and the same thing. Whether you call it love, you call it craze, or just my heart beating for you, just my emotions or feelings, it's one and the same for me.
प्यार तो बहुत लोग करते हैं. प्यार तो बहुत लोग करते हैं.
We saw the word to in the previous dialogues where it meant then as a conjunction in between the clauses. When you place to in the beginning of the sentence, it also means so or then. But here, it's acting as a particle of emphasis. The first particle of emphasis you saw was he, which means just or only. And here, the word is to. This is also used for emphasis, and it's emphasizing pyar. This word is used in contrast with something else, and that something else in question is the next dialogue that we'll see. प्यार तो बहुत लोग करते हैं. बहुत is very, but here it means many because we are referring to log, बहुत log, many people. Log is plural masculine word. करते हैं, प्यार करते हैं, प्यार करना is to love. That means Shahrukh is saying that many people love.
लेकिन मेरे जैसा प्यार कोई नहीं कर सकता. लेकिन मेरे जैसा प्यार कोई नहीं कर सकता.
Hey, isn't that so romantic? लेकिन मेरे जैसा प्यार कोई नहीं कर सकता. Now this is the contrast. Lekin is but. So basically what he means to say is, many people love, many people are in love, but nobody can love like me. That's why he emphasized pyar there, because he is comparing his love with others' love, like how others love. Mere jaisa pyar. He's also used jaisa here. Jaisa is used for comparison. Jaisa means like. Mere jaisa, like my love. मेरे जैसा प्यार कोई नहीं कर सकता. The word कोई means somebody, and when you negate it, when you use कोई नहीं, the meaning changes to nobody. Sakta means can here, which comes from the verb sakna. And the way to use sakna in your sentences is to conjugate the other verb as well. Karna to kar and sakna to sakta. So it means, but nobody can love like me. And oh, by the way, when I said hi, that expression has a range of meanings. It's an exclamatory word which can mean, oh my god, that's disgusting, or even wow. So very clearly, I was mesmerized and charmed by Shah Rukh. So I said hi.
क्योंकि किसी के पास तुम जो नहीं हो, क्योंकि किसी के पास तुम जो नहीं हो.
First of all, the word jo is another word for emphasis which is stressing upon tum. Tum jo nahi ho. That means you are not there. Kyunki is because. Kisi ke paas. Kisi is koi. Koi means somebody. Kisi also means somebody. But you can't say koi ke paas. You have to speak kisi ke paas because this word is followed by a preposition, ke paas, which means koi will also take the oblique form. It will change to kisi. Kisi ke paas tum jo nahi ho, because nobody has you. I told you that paas means near, and the compound preposition ke paas is also used to mean to have. So mere paas will mean not just near me, with me, but also I have. मेरे पास एक पेन है. I have a pen. क्या आपके पास पेन है? Do you have a pen?
मैं तुम्हें भूल नहीं सकता नैना. मैं तुम्हें भूल नहीं सकता नैना.
In this movie clip, we are looking at so many sakna constructions. भूल नहीं सकता. भूलना means to forget. भूल नहीं सकता means can't forget. If you want to use the verb sakna in your sentences, you have to use it with another verb since sakna is a modal. It's a modal verb. And in this case, the other verb will also be conjugated. So it's not like chahna, where only chahna is conjugated, the other verb remains the same in the base form. In this case, the other verb will also be conjugated. So, bhul sakta. Sakta is also conjugated, and bhul is conjugated in such a way that you have to drop the suffix na. You can speak this sentence in two ways. You can say मैं तुम्हें भूल नहीं सकता, or even मैं तुम्हें नहीं भूल सकता. Place नहीं wherever you want to. Make sure it's just before the verb. It means I can't forget you, Naina.
मैं तुम्हें भूलना ही नहीं चाहता. मैं तुम्हें भूलना ही नहीं चाहता.
मैं तुम्हें भूलना ही नहीं चाहता. Where is the auxiliary verb हूँ? मैं is supposed to be paired with हूँ, right? Well, sometimes we omit the auxiliary verb or even the subject pronoun. I don't have to use the helping verb हूँ here. I have begun my sentence with मैं. The other person knows that I'm talking about myself. So the meaning is conveyed. You can say मैं तुम्हें भूलना ही नहीं चाहता, or even तुम्हें भूलना ही नहीं चाहता हूँ, or even तुम्हें भूलना ही नहीं चाहता, where you omit both. The meaning should be conveyed. That's the goal. The word for emphasis here, he, is emphasizing bhulna, which means here he is just. That means I just don't want to forget you.
तुम मेरी हो. तुम मेरी हो.
तुम मेरी हो is a romantic expression which means you are mine. If you're a female talking to your male partner, you can say तुम मेरे हो. You have to use the plural masculine form मेरे for respect. तुम मेरे हो, तुम मेरी हो. And if you like, you can even insert your partner's name in this sentence by saying तुम मेरी हो नैना, or even तुम मेरे हो अमन. In this movie, Shah Rukh is called Aman. His name is Aman in this movie. You can even insert the partner's name in the sentence after Meri by saying तुम मेरी नैना हो, you are my नैना, और तुम मेरे अमन हो, you are my अमन.
मैं तुम्हें जिंदगी भर प्यार करूंगा और मैं तुम्हें जिंदगी भर प्यार करूंगा और
Zindagi is an Urdu word which means life. It's very common and prevalent in Hindi language. The Hindi equivalent of this word is Jeevan. Zindagi bhar means throughout life. Jeevan bhar, throughout life. प्यार करूंगा. करूंगा here is the future tense of करना. प्यार करना to love. प्यार करता love or loves. प्यार करूंगा will love. मैं तुम्हें जिंदगी भर प्यार करूंगा. I will love you all my life or throughout my life. Or is and. So he clearly has something else to say.
मरते दम तक प्यार करूंगा. मरते दम तक प्यार करूंगा.
The phrase मरते दम तक means till I die or till the last breath. Dam refers to breath and marte comes from the verb marna, which means to die. Tak here is a conjunction which means till. So marte dam tak is till I die or till the last breath, till my last breath. प्यार करूंगा, I will love you till the last breath. और
उसके
बाद भी, which means after that also. So Shah Rukh is telling Naina that I will love you throughout my life, all my life. I will love you till the end of my life and in the afterlife. Ke baad is a compound preposition which means after. When you use it with a pronoun, then that pronoun takes the oblique form. So here, us is the oblique form of wo. We don't say wo ke baad to mean after that. We say uske baad. Similarly, you can't say ye ke baad to mean after this. You have to say iske baad. Iske baad, uske baad. I spoke these words iske baad and uske baad in the video where I taught Hindi through recipe instructions. Bhi is another particle of emphasis which means also. So he is emphasizing after that also. In a conversation with somebody, when you ask, "Aap kaise hain? How are you?" and the other person says, "Main theek hoon," and then he or she asks you the same question, you can say, "Main bhi," means I also. In other words, me too. I am also fine. Main bhi. Such means truth or true. So Shah Rukh means to say truly or really. Whatever I've said is true. That's in real. You can also say sachi. Sachi is also really, or even sach mein. Sach mein is in real. Mein means in. When you're amazed and can't believe what you hear, you can say sach or sachi or even sach mein to mean really. These are very beautiful lines. You can use these as they are when you romantically speak with your Indian or Hindi speaking partner. I'll come up with some more love expressions in my upcoming videos. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video with the new lesson. Apna dhyan rakhiye. Please take care. Namaste.